A pleasant afternoon to one and all. Welcome to the Paco Arena in Manila and Season 8, the Invitational Conference of the Spikers Turf, where power meets passion. This is our second of 3 matches today, the last day of the preliminaries. Match number 27 is a battle for survival for one of our contenders, our Alpha Insurance Protectors, who are in a must-win situation as they face the leader of the pack with a clean slate so far, our Crisscross King Crunchers. Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Daniel Palada. Second referee, Ms. Justine Navidad. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our Alpha Insurance Protectors. Let's begin with jersey number 1, Vince Virey Himzon. At number 3, Billy Jean Anima. Wearing jersey number 6, John Michael Apolinario. Number 7, Jose Magdaleno Avelona. At number 9, Rocky Roy Moto. And at number 24, John Benedict San Andres. Starting libero is number 15, Neil Manato. Head coach, Mr. Fritz Michael Santos. Calling on our Crisscross King Crunchers. Let's begin with jersey number 2, Jaron Requinton. At number 5, Jude Garcia. Wearing jersey number 9, Adrian Villados. Number 12, Francis Saura. Number 19, Noel Campton. And at number 24, Edlin Paul Colinares. Starting libero is number 18, John Philip Pepito. Head coach, Mr. Anusorn, Coach Tai Bundit. This is match number 27, preliminary round, Season 8, the Invitational Conference of...
Let's check out the starters for the Alpha Insurance Protectors. Avelona Himzon, San Andres, Motol, Anima Apolinario, and Manato. Meanwhile, for the King Crunchers, Garcia, Colinares, Requinton, Campton, Saura, Villados, and Pepito. As their libero, we're all set for our second match of your Sunday triple header right here at the Paco Arena in Manila City. And we are being seen, of course, on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. All-important match for Alpha Insurance. A win here could send them to the semifinals regardless of the result. Later on, for Crisscross, they are still undefeated and hoping to maintain that perfect record as they march on to the semis. And first point goes to the Protectors.
We have a Crisscross King Crunchers Pepito not in the right spot for defense after the attack of Alpha Insurance. And as for Crisscross, they want to win all their games here in this round. And with Alpha, like you mentioned, Dib, this is a do or die basically for them today.
Yeah, must-win situation for them. They don't want this to be their last day in the Invitational Conference. Jude Garcia flying high and using his offhand.
We mentioned him earlier in the pregame. He has just always been that consistent force for the Crisscross King Crunchers, adjusting to that set, attacking above the block of Alpha Insurance.
19 points for Jude Garcia in that win over UST Gameville Golden Spikers last Friday. Apolinario will set up the play. What a hit!
Oh my! What was that?
Vince Himzon was there, a trampoline below him, and he just soared high and smacked that one home.
Oh my goodness. I think you should wear a helmet or something. That's a good set.
Set back. A redo this time. They go to Captain, who scores off the block.
You know, Captain, I remember covering him back in his college days. He has grown so much in the game. His game has elevated, and he's found a perfect home in Crisscross here off the block, Captain.
Before last game for Crisscross, he had back-to-back POG awards for the King Crunchers. Definitely capable of scoring, but that time around, he was denied by Alpha Insurance blockers.
Billy Anima, perfect press on that block on Captain. And Captain needs to use his smarts in the game. Like you mentioned, he was player of the game for 2 games in a row, so he's definitely been eyed on for Alpha Insurance.
Scouted.
Yep.
Definitely, but they have other options, just like Saura, who couldn't connect cleanly. Garcia will get that point.
Jude Garcia, ever so effective for Crisscross, coming from the right pin. And let's take a look at the block of Alpha Insurance here. A lack of press, a bit disorganized up against Jude Garcia.
Alpha Insurance have won 3 games as Garcia commits a service error. 3 games won, 3 games lost for the Protectors, and that loss against VNS last November 12 really was a game that they should have won, I believe, and it could hurt their chances, but good thing they still have this shot here.
Yes.
Captain with a powerful hit.
Well, for Alpha Insurance, they have a chance, an opportunity to extend their campaign here. But let's take a look at this replay right now. Villados setting up Captain beautifully, and the block was late for Alpha Insurance.
Tied game again at 4. Good first ball. Apolinario goes to the middle and they connect.
The middle blockers connecting here for Alpha Insurance. The defense of Crisscross a bit too eager and early in that sequence.
And a perfect pass too from Alpha Insurance's libero, Neil Manato. Set up the play to the middle. Billy will now serve, but that's way short.
That is too short for Billy Anima, 5-all.
Neck and neck so far to begin this one. Coach Mike Santos for their Protectors. Saura with another service error for Crisscross.
That's already 2 service errors for Crisscross. Strong serves, but unable to execute properly.
1/3 of the points of Alpha Insurance coming from the errors of Crisscross. Villado sets up the play. Garcia from the back.
What a swing from Jude Garcia coming from the right pin. Let's see the blocking of Alpha Insurance.
I think
definitely late.
That flight was a tribute to his teammates that already flew out of the country. We'll hear more about that later on from me. San Andres was checked. Tough angle for Javelona, and Riquinton with a smart play.
Yep, a point is a point, and a smart play, being aggressive at the net and also avoiding a net violation.
Medyo natawa nga siya sa ginawa niya. Kind of risky too.
Yes.
Crisscross now with the lead. Javelona set back. Nilipat kay San Andres, and Barbie breaks the wall.
That is a solid swing by Alpha Insurance here, breaking that tall wall of Crisscross. 7-all is our score. We're not surprised with this because
Yeah.
the scenario of Alpha, they have to win this game to move on to the next round.
Iba siguro yung galaw mo when you
Of
know
course.
that your backs are against the wall and there could be no tomorrow if ever they lose. That one is out for Garcia, and we will go to the first technical timeout. It's Alpha Insurance up by 1.
Back inside the Paco Arena, you're still watching the Spikers Surf Invitational Conference where power meets passion. As they boast a stacked roster of national team players and MVPs, the Crisscross King Crunchers will play today without their veterans who all left for Taiwan. But you know, still safe to say na they're still intact, and according to Jude Garcia, you can expect a lot of their key and second stringers to all step up. Their trainings and even their training camp in Thailand last month all prepared them for this exact situation. Kaya naman complete or incomplete, it's still the same drive, same relentless skills, and same star power we'll see from the King Crunchers. But for now, back to you, Dipin Jamie.
Thanks, May, for that report. So that update telling us that some of the King Crunchers left to train for the upcoming SEA Games in December. So that's Mark Espejo, Kim Malabunga, Eko Adahar, and Luca Mamone.
Key
Apat sila.
players, definite key players for Crisscross. But knowing Coach Tai, knowing all the players, that's why the lineup is sometimes 16 or 18 players.
Yeah.
Because they are aware the situation with Alas.
That doesn't go over for captain. And if you notice, if you've been watching the Crisscross games, even if those 4 guys were still here, yung lineup ni Coach Tai was already setting up to be prepared without those guys. So,
and they're also intact as well.
So halos nasubukan na niya
He knows.
yung ibang lineup with the rest of the King Crunchers. That is out. A 2-point lead now for Alpha Insurance, 10-8.
And also talking about the setter of Crisscross, Villados, this is his first full conference playing. Ish was setting up the offense before, but he's been doing such a consistent job. And also, his strategy is completely different for Ish, which is also good for the Spikers and Crisscross overall.
Unfortunately, of course, Ish went down with an injury. Still recovering from that. He continued to pray for his steady recovery. Meanwhile, San Andres will score a point.
San Andres, what a swing coming from the back. And he's not the tallest of Spikers, but he's fast. He has that speed and just beating the block of Crisscross.
Back to a 2-point advantage for the Protectors. JJ Javelona will serve. Villados will back set. Garcia down the line.
What a swing from Jude Garcia. I mean, going cross, going down the line. Probably a small margin in between the blockers and the antenna. An all-around spiker for Crisscross.
This is also a fun game to watch for the FEU fans who are already here in the building. They are watching some former Tamaraos as a block coming from Francis Saura.
Perfect press from Francis Sauda. And so far, 11-all. This is what is expected here. Neck-and-neck battle, and we're only in set number 1.
So you have Jude Garcia, JJ Javelona, mga dating players ng FEU men's. Good size of a crowd also for our next match. Billy Anima gets the lead back for Alpha Insurance.
What a speedy attack by Billy Anima on that swipe, on that A-quick, perfect reception as well. And he's also a tall middle blocker, so he's beating the block of Crisscross.
Oh, and an ace. That was a fast serve. And sharp enough to get the point for Rocky Motol.
Take a look at this one more time. Two players of Crisscross colliding just from that serve of Alpha.
Balik sa dalawa ang lamang, but back down to 1 after that service error.
Alpha already with 4 service errors in this match. That's quite a lot already, 4.
Campton getting ready. 12 to 13. Apolinario goes back to Anima. That has been efficient for them.
The offense of Alpha is on point in this game. Good reception, setting, spot on. Let's take a look at this back quick. Blocking late for Crisscross. That's an overpass.
Yeah. Taken care of, Himzon. Three-point lead now for Alpha Insurance, 15 to 12. Anima hoping to redeem himself at the service line. He sends that over. Villados to the Quinton, checked. Pepito will be the one to set up the play, and Garcia scores.
Now when Crisscross needs that side out, I mentioned this earlier in the pregame, they lean to Jude Garcia. If Jude Garcia has a good game, Crisscross will prevail. Take a look at that back row attack coming from the right, and what a spot for Jude Garcia.
I'm sure we'll see a lot more from him.
Yes.
All throughout the match. Saura commits a service error as well, and we go to the second technical timeout. The Protectors are still up by 3.
Aming dalawa. Kung lumisan ka, huwag naman sana. Mundo, 4 of spades. Sinta, ikaw lang tahanan at mundo.
Vince Himzon is him.
Wow. I love the falsetto. Like,
Grabe yun.
I think you can do that also.
Umulan na kanina eh. Tumigil na nga eh.
Wag na lang.
Baka bumagsak ulit yun. You see we talked about the crowd, the fans inside the Paco Arena.
Jam-packed.
You can
We love
see
that.
all the FEU fans and possibly yung UST crowd as well blending in kasi yellow.
Yellow, green, yes.
Pareho yung colors. We resume action here in set number 1. That's a drop. Zip works for Colinares.
And I think that's what Crisscross needs to do. Vary their attacks. This time, just a light tip, delaying the defense of Alpha works. It's not usually that the strong attacks always work. You have to strategize. It's all about placement. You can't just power your way through.
That one drops on the line for Javelona.
So far, blocking of Crisscross has been a problem. Let's take a look at this replay here. Just one step to the left would have worked for Crisscross.
San Andres will serve. 17 to 14. It's a good
receive.
ball from Campton, and Colinares scores another.
And so far, 2 for 2 for Colinares. Went for a tip earlier, and this time a quick attack, delaying that block of Alpha.
Quinton. Parang may pa-side eye pa siya dun sa,
We love that.
sa camera.
The air side.
Oh! Huge block.
Campton feeling it. Colinares feeling it after that perfect press on that block. Let's take a look at this one more time. Actually, Colinares was a bit late to that block, but good thing Campton was there.
Closing it for Crisscross. Oh, and Javelona with a response.
Javelona, we talked about him earlier in the pregame. 13 points in their last match against Navy. He is one of the spikers that they need in order to win this game.
I think he likes to attack. 13 points on 13 attacks.
Yes. Good set.
Colinares again. They have activated the middle here.
Yes. You can see Villados has changed his strategy. He knows that the wing spikers were there to block Jude Garcia to the right pin, to the left pin, but Colinares adding a variation there.
Apolinario sets up the play. That's a good setup to Motol, redirecting.
And Francis and Noel Campton a bit late to that block there.
The way he shifted his body too fooled the defense of Crisscross. Couple of subs coming in for Alpha Insurance, bringing in Francis Casas and Jerome Lopez.
That's a good set.
Captain with a cross court.
You can see Francis being that decoy in that sequence. The blockers were fooled, talking about Alpha Insurance.
Well, we'll see the entry now of Isay Marasigan. It's been a while.
Been a minute.
He did not see action last game. Jewel Asia is also in the game. Down by 1. San Andres popped up by Sumangid. Here comes Captain using his left. Doesn't work. He's asking for a challenge. And they press the buzzer.
Actually, when he was in the air, he called for a challenge already. A net fault challenge on Alpha.
Well, we'll see if that is the correct call for Crisscross, particularly Campton, who was adamant in calling that challenge.
He was very sure that there was a net infraction by Alpha.
Score now is 19-18, so if this is a successful challenge, it will be a tied game at 19. Which Ty Bundit, undefeated record here in our Invitational Conference. Still looking for their first championship.
Yes.
As a young franchise in the Spikers turf. Trying to stay warm. Temi a while ago, we went to our production room and told us about how they have caught like a flu bug also all throughout the start of the conference. So it's been a challenging thing for them too, health-wise. But slowly they are regaining full strength.
And coming off being sick, it actually takes maybe over a week to recover.
Yeah, yun nga yung sabi niya na 7 days of rest. And of course, when you get back on court, it takes a while for you to also get your wind back.
Yes, and your rhythm as well.
So was there a touch? Ooh.
None.
Looked clean.
None. There's no net touch. Sorry, Campton.
Unsuccessful challenge. And that means an automatic point for Alpha Insurance. And rally could have still gone on actually, but again, that's what happens when you gamble.
And you have to call it right away.
Yeah.
That's the key part.
20-18. We resume action in the first set.
There we go.
Marasigan gets that.
And coming from the right pin, coming off the bench with Jewel Asia trying to change things, boost the momentum. Take a look at that swing by Isai Marasigan, captain of Crisscross.
He saw action against FEU 2 games ago but did not score a point. Also a guy that's trying to get back to his form. Anima was checked by Saura. Nilipat kay San Andres.
Ooh.
That's open.
The blocking and the defense. Let's take a look at that one more time. Jewel Asia not expecting that down the line swing in zone 1.
Another change for Alpha Insurance, bringing in Baptista to replace Anima at the service line. The setup here, back set to Marasigan, another for Isai.
What a swing, what a set from the double substitution here. Jewel Asia having to adjust to that receive, going for that jump set and pushing it to that right pin.
And they bring in Nico Almendras to serve for Crisscross. He had a good stint last game against UST Gameville. A couple of defensive stops at that final point of the King Crunchers in that match. Let's see what he's able to do here for Coach Ty Bundit. Lopez, some hang time from him, Zon.
I think Preliminaries a bit late in that sequence for Crisscross, and fast offense we're seeing by Alpha on the middle blockers. Look at that, in between that open space of Isai and Preliminaries.
Balik ang starters ni Coach Mike Santos with Javelona and Apolinario. 22-20. Jewel goes back to Marasigan. Ball slowed down. Chance for the protectors. And Vince Simzon with the offhand finish. And a timeout called by the King Crunchers.
Para makagawa siya ng ano.
Hey, happy. We'll learn all of them.
Tatlo lang yan. Isa-isahin natin yan.
Conduit.
Go, go, go! Let's go! Happy!
Timeout called by the King Crunchers, who trail by 3 here in set number 1, Jamie.
Well, it's important that they minimize their errors. You can see Alpha on point from the start of this match. The defense is agile, the offense is quick, and it's delaying the blocking of Crisscross.
Marasigan attacks. So that's saved. Good effort by Captain. But a free ball. Apolinario, that's over. Reaching beyond the net.
Reaching beyond the net for Alpha Insurance here. And a much-needed side-out was needed for Crisscross here.
At babalik, Civiliados and Garcia with a full front line now. Sorry error there really for Alpha Insurance. They were given the free ball.
And momentum was on their side.
21 serving 23. Javelona is blocked. San Andres with a cover. Barbie with a point. And she puts Alpha Insurance at set point.
San Andres, very deceiving in her swing. Looked like she was going cross, but went for that down the line. Shifting her body. Viliados not ready.
That was impressive because
So
San
good.
Andres got the first ball on that.
Yes.
Now she will serve here for the set. That is a short serve.
That's a good set.
Garcia, naibalik. A redo to the middle this time, kept alive. Motol for the finish. And Alpha Insurance Protectors, surprise, surprise, take set number 1 over the King Crunchers.
What a game so far. It's that first attack, that counter attack that is working for Alpha Insurance. And the problem with Crisscross is their blocking in set number 1.
We'll talk more about the first set and bring you the numbers after the break. We'll be back with set number 2. Back inside Paco Arena in Manila City for the 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. The Alpha Insurance Protectors get set number 1 over the Crisscross King Crunchers, 25-21. We'll take a look at the highlights, but Jamie, help us out here. How did the Protectors get the first set?
With set number 1, Alpha Insurance, it was a neck-and-neck battle between Crisscross and Alpha, but when it came to that 20 mark, Alpha Insurance paved the way. JJ Javelona and San Andres delaying the blocking and also fooling the blocking of Crisscross. You could see the middles are there to swing. The left pin, the right pin are activated, but Crisscross, they have to work on their airs, and as you can see, they tallied 7 airs, but what's not shown on our screens is the timing of the airs that delayed the momentum of Crisscross, because when you look at the attacks, it's 16 and 14. The disparity is not even that far.
Yeah.
It's the timing of the airs. And also, they had a few missed serves that did not work in their favor, talking about Crisscross.
And you take a look at the attack efficiency as well. Higher percentage for Alpha Insurance with 57% success rate. In attacks, Crisscross not far behind with 54%, but came down to the final moments of that set 1. I think that unsuccessful challenge also for Crisscross
yes.
hurt their chances. Lumayo ng onte yung
Score.
Alpha Insurance. Yeah, that was crucial turning point. But let's see how they will get this set number 2, the adjustments. As we are about to begin the second set on One Sports Plus and on Pilipinas Live. Dip Dipianco, Jamie La Vitoria, and May Reyes, our courtside reporter, will give us more updates later on. We begin with a point from Jared Requinton.
Requinton coming from the right pin. Good reception coming from Noel Campton, and Villados just setting up the offense perfectly here. He's been a very chill setter this entire conference. Whether the team is down or up, his emotions stay the same, and that's really the role of a setter. Not too emotional, just getting the job done.
Yeah. Javelona gets the first point of Alpha Insurance in this set.
You know, the blocking of Crisscross has been a problem, especially in set number 1, which is also delaying the thought process, I would say, of the defense of Crisscross. It's important that Crisscross, or even Alpha, the relationship between the defenders and blockers is key in every sequence of the game.
Apolinario goes to San Andres.
Ooh, that's too tight.
Campton finds a way.
Body slam to the floor.
Yeah. Could have gotten hurt, but he's a tough man.
And he was really avoiding the net. We have to look at this one more time. He knew to shift his left side away from the net mid-air. Oh.
And Rocky Motol with that spike. He got the final point in the first set earlier.
Moto just, when you look at the offense of Alpha, they're not the tallest, but it's the shoot sets as well that is delaying the blocking of Crisscross, and Crisscross unable to find some rhythm and activation of the middle blockers.
Overpass. And Motol again. This is NCAA Season 100 MVP we're talking about, so he is capable of those powerful hits.
Look at that set. It's a shoot set, and you can see there was no block found for Crisscross.
Out of CSB.
That's inside.
That's inside for Vince Himzon. And while we're talking about awards, Himzon was the best middle blocker as well in that tournament for Letran. And he gets an ace. He has also shown us good plays in the first set.
Overreaching.
A little too eager. To
Yeah,
get
the
more
emotions.
points.
The emotions are high for Crisscross, but with Alpha, they are doing everything right. They know the strategies and tendencies of Crisscross. That's why they got set number 1. And just look at the setting of Alpha. It's very fast to the left pin, and the defense of Crisscross in blocking, having such a good time.
And the linesman had to get out of the way.
He knows.
Because that ball was
too fast.
Yeah, going to him.
Take a look at that one more time.
2-point lead for the Protectors. Villados goes to Saura. Picked up. Putting some spin on it. Wow. Rocky Motol on a roll.
And Motol just guiding that ball in zone 5. He knew there was open space, open window on the defense of Crisscross. You can't let that go. And you can't let those go.
Fans of Crisscross trying to encourage their team, but to no avail. They don't get that one. On a botched first ball. And Coach Ty Bundit forced to call a timeout.
Kinig mo na. Okay. Alright, receive. Receive what? Don't do mid-check. You only do mid-check. Hey, blocking, jump up. Hey, blocking, jump after. Jump after. Jump after. Kailangan makablock tayo. Okay. Ako rin gigil, walang gigil. Laro lang tayo. Walang gigil. Okay. Bye. Left. Go pare. Left. Go.
Coach Ty telling his squad that all they've been doing so far is making mistakes. As we see this service ace for Alpha Insurance. And so far, Alpha with 3 aces so far. But Coach Ty telling his team to hone their skills in reception so far, because Alpha's not making it easy for them at all.
Does that timeout give you familiar
flashbacks,
stuff? Yeah.
Some flashbacks. I'm not sure if it's good or bad though.
But they're down, so you know,
yeah, you know
he's
the
not
vibe.
happy.
Yeah, you know the vibe.
Despite him, alam natin, happy, but there are times that when they trail, of course, he wants his team to play better.
Yes.
Pinasok na rin si Rex Intaldito in set number 2 to try and change the complexion of the game. In terms of defense,
So good.
Nakakalusot yung mga atake ng Alpha Insurance.
Yes.
Motol goes for another. The dive by Sumanggit keeps it alive. Garcia is blocked. And the Alpha Insurance Protectors bring us to the first technical timeout.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Spikers Surf Invitational Conference where power meets passion. Not really burdened by the pressure of semis qualification, that freedom and that nothing to lose mindset of the Alpha Insurance Protectors can be quite dangerous. And sabi nga ni Coach Mike Santos, and I quote, mas masarap maglaro sa ganitong pagkakataon. Talking about this do-or-die game, which is already a big win for them. And even as the youngest team in this conference, there are a lot of big wins for Coach Mike and Alpha already. Sabi pa nga ni Coach Mike, last open conference, dalawa lang panalo namin. Ngayon, nakatatlo na kami. So what more if they make it 4? What do you think, Jamie?
Well, that would be really great for
Yes.
Alpha Insurance if they get it today. Thanks, May, for that report. And the way they're playing right now, it really is no pressure for them.
Right.
By the way, new season, bigger stories. Aces returns for Season 2. Only on the Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now and stream all Pilipinas Live originals anytime, anywhere, on any device. Hosted by the one and only Eliza Valdez.
The
Aces
Phenom.
Season 2. I think nakapag-guess ka na rin. Nakapag-guess ka na ba dyan?
No, not
That
yet.
they need
I
to.
wasn't invited.
They need to for Season 3.
Yeah, I'll reveal all the gossip
But a
of Ateneo.
5-point lead for the Protectors. And
You know, going back to May's report, it's the growth mindset that we're seeing for Alpha. 2 wins last time, now they have 3 so far, and they have an opportunity to enter the next phase of this tournament. And as for Crisscross, they need to realize that Alpha is desperate. And what a block.
Barbie San Andres says no entry. Look at that.
One more time.
Against Jude Garcia. Unfazed.
So good. 4 blocks so far for Alpha this game. They came to win, they came to play.
And that one goes out, but those types of plays, when you get a big block like that, that is huge for their confidence and
Solid.
just the way they're playing right now.
And with Crisscross right now, you can kind of see that they're waiting for Alpha to make errors. They're not earning their points. They're just relying on what works for them. And
Yeah.
this is when they need to elevate their game. We've seen how they play in the past conferences, their spotless record. But when it comes to crunch time, this is where they need to not think too much,
Yeah.
I would say, and just play their game.
And you don't want to fall into that trap
Again.
of as you mentioned, waiting for your opponents to commit
Yes.
errors. That's a no-no. You have to want it. As Almendras attacks and they force a net violation in the process. Still down by 5. But maybe could get a run here as we are still in the early part of set 2.
You can be that spark plug for Crisscross. And when you look at the lineup of Crisscross, there's so many weapons that they can use. It's just a matter of execution.
Apolinario.
Okay.
Oh, combination red by Captain. Trying to pump up his teammates and
The crowd.
the supporters of Crisscross.
You have a few cheers.
Back-to-back points for Crisscross. Avelona puts a stop on that. Coach Tai trying to keep it up for his team.
Nice try, Coach Tai, but JJ Havalona, he's been quiet, I would say, in set number 2, but when they need that point, when they need that side out, he is very reliable for Alpha.
13-8, San Andres. So the serve, steady first ball from Almendras. And Garcia scores off the block.
No, Jude Garcia, he is the player that everyone relies on for Crisscross, because sometimes the middle blockers are not given the ball all the time because of maybe reception or the strategy of the Llados. So Jude Garcia needs to be on point from start to finish. Ooh, that's outside.
He was trying to go for a sharp cross court, but it was wide for Havelona. So the lead has gone down to 3.
Good receive by Barbie.
And Himzon scores.
It's a quick side out for Alpha. Himzon just using his smarts. They're up by 4 points. And take a look at the sequence up against Rex and Tal. And so far so good for Alpha, not relying on the mistakes of Crisscross, just playing their own game. That's a good set.
Captain finds the spot.
You know, Crisscross needs more executions like that. Villados needs to pull the blockers on the other side to delay them. So Campton only has one blocker or no blocker. Take a look at that against Javelona.
Back to a 3-point game. Garcia will be the one to serve. Then Intal with an easy point.
It's his first point of the match coming off the bench, Rex Intal.
And those are the faces of the loud crowd right behind us. Kung napapansin nyo, medyo mas malakas. It's because nandito lang sila sa likod natin, Jamie.
Yes.
And an ace for Jude Garcia. And the lead down to single point. Take a look at that. Timeout for Alpha Insurance.
Okay yung play kanina kaso talaga nahuli lang ng isang kamay. Ha? Sige, tuloy lang natin. Tuloy lang natin. Pasa lang muna. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Putong momentum.
Timeout called by Coach Mike Santos. What did Crisscross do in those previous sequences that allowed them to just get back in this game quickly?
Service ace, of course, from Jude Garcia. And also the middle attacks, Rex and Tal getting that overpass of Alpha Insurance. And sometimes, Dip, a play can completely change the momentum of the team. And let's see if that will happen with Crisscross.
One more for Javelona. And the blocking of Crisscross working. That bothered Motol. And we are tied at 14. But the protectors will call for a challenge.
Our first challenge.
Yeah, for a block touch. Campton denying it. But that's what happens when you've been blocked twice. You are sort of forced to change your attack. And that's what happened to Motol.
A block touch challenge. The first one of the match.
Now, that was far from the hands.
But you could see Villados and Rex Intal creating a wall against Moto. Just smart plays coming from Crisscross.
14 all.
What a turn of events.
Yeah. You could also credit the fans to giving some energy, diba?
Of course. Good serve.
Apolinario.
Gosh.
Oh,
okay. Wow. No words after that swing.
No words, just our faces here, if you can see us. That was nasty.
Yeah, so good.
Casas and Lopez back on the floor for Alpha Insurance. They're able to protect the lead, not giving it up to Crisscross.
Good serve.
Villados, tough kneeling set to Campton, who finds a way to score.
Campton getting a high five from Coach Ty, pumped up this entire game, and he's a newbie, I would say, for Crisscross, so he adds a new energy, a new light that maybe Crisscross needed all along here.
It's his first conference with the King Crunchers. What does that mean if Coach Ty gives you that high five?
Like, you low-key made it, but not there yet. But it's all good things.
Short on the attack, and the lead swings to the King Crunchers as we go to the second technical timeout.
Number 1 ko si Mark. Kasi si Brian di makakalaro eh. So si Mark yung number 1 ko. Second ko is si Lloyd Hosapat. Kasi yung blockings niya talagang medyo pahirap din eh. Number 3 siguro si Jude Garcia. And number 4 siguro si Campton. Yan, grabe rin papakita niyan ngayong conference. Number 5, hindi ko nasama sarili ko, si ano na lang, si Preliminaries na lang.
We just saw Kim Malabungas, Kimmy 5, who is now in Taiwan.
Yes, for Alas.
But for sure, if they are watching, but they might be training too, but if they're watching over on Pilipinas Live, they would be happy to see the efforts of their teammates coming back to life. Now up by 1 in set 2.
Oh!
What a service error for captain.
But in men's volleyball, if a team is up by maybe just 3 or 4, it might seem little, but that's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
With the way the pace is played, the back.
Yes.
Viliados, that is tough for Almendras.
Oh!
A scramble for the protectors who couldn't take advantage. And Almendras!
Oh! My golly, down the line. Almendras. I don't know what to say anymore. Oh my gosh.
We're having fun in this match. Look at this.
So good. And you gotta watch these games live.
You have to.
You have to go to Paco Arena. You have to watch volleyball
Intal
live.
sends it over, but Anima will score the point.
Just Anima just breaking the fun of Crisscross.
Yeah, good effort though for Rex Intal, for middle blocker to take that and keep it in play, but look at this.
Back quick activated by Billy Anima.
Jerome Lopez was responsible for the setup. Villados goes to Garcia.
Oh! Just back and forth here in the Paco Arena. And it'll boil down to when we reach that 20 mark here. And Jude Garcia coming from the back, off the block.
Can't say for sure who will take the second set. It's been close at this point. San Andres!
Oh! Coach Tai not too happy after that sequence. He's looking at the blockers, looking at Jude, looking at Colinares. Nowhere to be found.
Yeah, ganda ng patong. 2 blockers were
so good.
Fooled.
Himzon just being that decoy.
$18 all. Serve for Apolinario. Colinares answers back.
Colinares, he had a few points in set number 1. He had 4 points. He needs to be activated a bit more just to fool the blocking on the other side. Let's take a look at this one more time. A quick attack.
Here comes San Andres. And Barbie scores another. Villados wasn't in position.
Yes, was not in position, rushing as well. That's actually what setters need to understand when they're in the back row. They still need to focus on defense first before setting up the play.
Another deadlock. Villados goes to Colinares, set back by Himzon. Campton will try off the block in the point.
You know, Campton, he just provides so much spunk and energy for Crisscross, and not just in terms of his play, but his attitude on the court, being that newbie of Crisscross.
Himzon, the luxury of having an athletic middle blocker, bending in air.
So good.
Mid-air there and just able to score the point.
And sometimes you don't realize that when they're in there, they're going to go for a strong attack, but you react so late to the tips.
Tabla ulit tayo, 20 all. Captain, dug by San Andres. JM with a setup to Javelona. Almendras was able to reach it as he was moving forward. Motol, and that is a point. Villados unable to get there on time, and the lead swings back to Alpha Insurance.
What a game so far in Paco Arena. Let's take a look at this one more time.
It was enough time, but I guess one more step before he dove could have done it.
No, and sometimes the blockers can also get that.
Yeah. Noel in zone with a save. Apolinario rushes to it. Motol straight to Pepito. Garcia with a bomb.
What a swing for Jude Garcia. You have to look at this one more time. Good defense by Crisscross and Villados. Perfect time to set up Jude Garcia.
21 all in set 2. Jude with a serve. Apolinario.
Outside.
Anima, that is long. It is out. Will they challenge? No, they won't.
I guess they'll save their challenges.
Medyo nag-alangan na rin dun because of the way it was set up.
Yes. And also lack of wrist action as well.
Apolinario also already had that overreach violation earlier, trying to avoid that again. Javelona is roofed. Dalawang high five na. So has he made it?
You need 3. You need 3. Let's take a look at this replay one more time.
Timeout, Alpha Insurance as they trail by 2.
Tayo sa pasa. Ganda natin yung pasa. Ano muna tayo sa quick? Kondo muna tayo sa quick.
Okay, coach.
Di pa naman sinasabay yung natin. Di pa nabablock yung quick natin. Ha? Huwag natin maganda. Quick, bago tayo magbigay sa week. Sige, tara, tara, go.
Let's go!
Malaki ito! Pag may papalo, cover tayo! Say Alpha!
Let's go!
Only a 2-point lead. But at this point of the set, this is some breather already for Crisscross.
And so far here in set number 2, Alpha with 8 airs, and for Crisscross, only 1.
Yeah, so if you will figure out what changed here in set 2, Crisscross almost flawless.
Yes.
Javelona answers back. Lead down to 1.
Javelona, that is off the block, and much needed side out for Alpha here up against Noel Campton. And the arms and swing of Campton not in the right spot.
Villados, no choice there but to give a send over. Back row attack from San Andres. And we are tied at 23.
The swing was so fast, it hit the top of Jude Garcia's head.
Oh, look at that pipe attack. And a timeout for Crisscross.
Let's go, let's go.
Pasa muna. Go for last time. Let's go.
Advantage tayo. Guys! Okay lang, B-pass. 1-5 ha. Advantage tayo. Go.
Okay.
Go!
And I think yung timeout there by Crisscross, but they were laughing at the fact na headshot to see.
We have to see this. Look at this.
I didn't even realize.
Oh! Perfect spot.
Yeah. On target. Man down.
Bullseye.
A 23 all in set 2. JJ Javelona with an all-important serve. They have scored back-to-back to tie it up. Villados tosses to Captain. Chance now for the protectors. Motol
Oh,
off the
that's
block.
inside.
Oh, it's an in. Yeah, that was in.
That was crucial for Moto there, going for a tip. And the block was already there.
Yeah, opting to go for a weaker hit. I don't know if was it the position that made him, or just really change his.
I think he tried to change it up. He had the hang time, but not realizing that Rex also has the hang time as well.
Yeah. Now they're challenging for a net fault here. If this is successful, they will be at set point talking about Alpha Insurance. If not, it will be Crisscross who will be first to 24 points. Oh, what a fight back for both teams, actually.
Yes.
Crisscross, they were behind by as many as 5 or 6, I believe.
5 or 6. Then Jude scored an ace. Rex had his first point. So that it's different when everyone is in sync and everyone pitches in. You need to understand it can't always just be Jude Garcia. It can't just be San Andres. You need Havalona, you need Moto, you need all the spikers to pitch in.
Right now, Alpha Insurance calling for a net touch challenge.
Ooh, no.
That was the ball.
That was the ball.
Grazing the net. Unsuccessful challenge. Crisscross is at set point, and Pemi Bagalay will come in to replace Noel Captain, who is part of the FEU coaching staff, which is why there are some cheers for Bagalay serving for the set.
Good serve.
Apolinario sets up the play, and again, but that time it went out.
They would call for a challenge, I'm sure. Their first challenge. Last touch challenge.
And Motol, let's see how he will handle this. But first, tignan natin yung last touch challenge of the official. Bringing in Villados and sending him back, so there was no discussion there. Trying to look at Rocky Motol's body language here to see kung
Let's see.
tumama ba sa kanya.
And this is the first challenge of Crisscross this entire game.
Yeah. So if this is successful for Crisscross, they will take set 2. That's simple. If not, we go to an extension. But this could be tricky, diba? Yung last touch challenge, you don't often see this.
Right.
Garcia and Bagalay horsing around. Crisscross looking for their 7th win to end the eliminations and stay undefeated. Alpha Insurance, tignan natin doon kung tumama ba. Ooh, that looked like it touched the thigh. Yung right leg ni Motol. It's a successful challenge. And that ends set number 2. It goes to the King Crunchers. Now we'll take a short break. We'll bring in the numbers and give you set 3 when we come back. Right, we're back inside the Paco Arena in Manila City for the final day of eliminations at the 2025 Spikers Turf Invitational Conference, and we got ourselves a ball game.
Yes.
One set apiece. As we see the fans jam-packed, full house dito sa Paco Arena. They're having fun. They're loud and proud and having a great time. All right,
We love that.
We'll talk about set number 2, Jamie, and see the scores here so far. 25-23. It ended with that successful challenge of Crisscross. Ito yung highlights natin. What did you see there from the King Crunchers that allowed them to take set 2?
No, what changed for Crisscross? They lessened their unforced errors, and it's a collaborative effort that we're seeing for Crisscross. Jude Garcia with 9 points, Campton with 10, Polinares with 4 points so far, and Villados just being that calm presence for the Crisscross King Crunchers. And as for Alpha, they did a good job as well. It just came down to the last point, and that challenge was just not in their favor. As we see the attacks here, the tables have turned in terms of attacks. There was 7 attacks in their last first set, excuse me, talking about Crisscross, but they were able to only have 1 error. And as for Alpha, they had 8 so far, which is so big, and they had more attacks.
Yeah. Ang layo ng attacks, but then the errors really changed how that set went, and the blocks, of course, of Crisscross definitely helped them a lot, their defense at the net. And you have the stats for attack efficiency as well.
Well, for Alpha, they have a 46% attack efficiency, and as for the Crisscross King Crunchers, a 41% attack efficiency.
Now, by the way, the 2025 NBA Emirates Cup is here on Signal. Watch the action this November to December on NBA TV Philippines and Pilipinas Live. If you want some basketball action, do watch the NBA Emirates Cup only on the Pilipinas Live app. And other sports as well. Tuloy-tuloy yung leagues natin. We have the PVL, the UAAP, FIFA Futsal World Cup also happening here in the country. High school volleyball.
Yes, UAP
My hardworking
juniors.
partner came from there earlier.
Yes, that's me.
So hardworking. Drove all the way to Manila to bring you the match. And we hope you're having a great time with us on One Sports Plus and the Pilipinas Live app. Set 3 underway here. Dip Bianco with Jamie La Victoria and May Reyes at the sidelines. We go on here. Court switch now. Villados setting up the play. And first point for Almendras.
And we see a shift of energy, talking about Crisscross as well. I saw them right before this set started. They were smiling, they were grouping together, and I think they needed that to boost their confidence from set number 2.
Kneeling set from Apolinario to Javelona, doesn't work. Garcia goes up. Sumang got a touch, but unable to keep it alive for his teammates.
He tried to push it up on that one, but the point will be rewarded to Alpha Insurance. Let's take a look at this replay one more time. 1-all.
San Andres with a serve. Villados back sets to Garcia.
That's inside.
Inside, the far corner.
The far corner in zone number 1. And that is sometimes the aim for spikers, attacking behind the defenders. It's not easy playing defense in those corner pockets.
Back row.
Still good.
Villado's back to Campton off the block and out.
And Campton, I've been saying this entire match, he's been that energizer for Crisscross on the court. You can see that his energy is contagious after every point. He is smiling, he's jumping, and that's what Crisscross needs this game.
Motol, his turn to get a check ball and a point.
That is off the block for Motol for Alpha Insurance. And they've also been playing spectacular volleyball, especially in set number 2. They had more attack points than Crisscross, but in the end, they still tallied 7 more errors in set number 2.
That is a service ace for Alpha Insurance, delivered by Vince Himzon.
Himzon getting a service ace against Crisscross. The defenders a bit confused after that serve.
Almost another,
So
but that
close.
one was out for Himzon.
Himzon tried to target the same zone in zone 1. Just a lack of execution after that one.
Motol.
Okay. So combination play activated early on here in set number 3. And what a swing. Let's take a look at the other side, the blockers. And Rex and Tal completely fooled in that sequence.
Nice set 2 from Apolinario.
Yes.
4-all. Campton. Back and forth we go here in set 3.
You know, looking at the lineup, looking at the spikers of Crisscross, you have Jude Garcia, but because of Campton, Jude Garcia is also able to rest as well, because usually the load is given to Jude Garcia, but Campton provides a lot of ease, I would say, for Jude.
And that'll be an ace.
Coach Mike just not too happy with what he's seeing so far. And talking about errors, Alpha Insurance so far with 7 this game. And for Crisscross, just for talking about service errors, rather.
2-point lead now for the King Crunchers. That one goes out. He heard you talking about errors.
Now, Crisscross has 5 service errors so far. Oh no, now it's 8 errors.
Let's keep updating them.
Yeah, 8 errors now in terms of service for Alpha Insurance.
Back-to-back service errors so far. Anima gets the ball back. Billy again. This time it drops.
You know, I like the strategy here of Alpha. Billy was not able to get a point, but he was able to redeem himself after that one, going for that back quick attack. Take a look at this. Up against Almendras.
6-7 is the score.
Sorry, is that a Gen Z? That's a Gen Z thing.
Yeah, it is. And Avelona comes up short. We go to the first technical timeout. Crisscross up by 2.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference 2025. He may not be present in our match today, but this report is about Mark Espejo, who mourns the passing of a former teammate, a player of Alas Filipinas, and a friend as well. From a Facebook post by Espejo, he highlighted extending his help by auctioning his jersey from the 2025 FIVB Men's Volleyball World Championship, where he also shared the fun times him and Ike spent together, recalling memories that will last forever. So to those who want to take part and support the cause, you may visit Espejo's post and share your bids as well. We would also like to wish our deepest condolences for the loss of Ike Barilea and to his family here in Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. But for now, back to you, Benjamin.
Thanks a lot, May. We, of course, send our deepest condolences to the Barilea family. It's just unfortunate what happened there, and rest in peace to the young man who was, we got to cover him in the BNBF. I was amazed with his skill.
Yes.
And could have had that promising future, but we pray for him and his family. And just like in the report of May, yung ginawa ni Mark, no, to send help.
Yes.
And hopefully we can also chip in, everyone, if you want to help out in that. It's just sad news. And hopefully the volleyball community will pray alongside with everyone. And yeah, we see the action back here. San Andres will commit an error.
And you can see that Alpha Insurance is not in sync in set number 3.
Crisscross up by 5, timeout, Alpha Insurance.
Hindi naman natin kailangan magmadali. Ba't pa nagmamadali yung muntos? Ha? Nakakapasa tayo na maayos, ba't di tayo makatake na maayos ngayon?
Guys, time out of that ha. Erase lang natin.
Oh, erase na.
Erase tayo. Balag. Huwag tayo sumamay sa pacing nila, okay? Guys, huwag natin madaliin. Dahan-dahan tayo. Magaling natin. Sige.
Alpha!
The first ever FIFA Futsal Women's World Cup is happening from November 21 to December 7 at the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Visit fifa.com/tickets for more details, or you can watch it live via Pilipinas Live app, One Sports, One Sports Plus, and RPTV. Yun yung sinasabi natin, no? That's why it has been busy at the Phil Sports Arena.
Yes.
They've been prepping for this FIFA Futsal World Cup, the first time it's happening, I believe, here in the country. So
How exciting.
Yeah, if you have time to watch that, lapit lang sa Pasig.
Yep. Oh!
Preliminaries with a hammer.
No, he's been quiet here in set number 3, but Villados activating him and just delaying the blockers of Alpha. Take a look at him, Zon. Reacting a bit late, needed that side step to the left to block Colinares. Good receive by San Andres. Combination play.
Sumang with a pop set. Sent back. Will they go back to Jude? Yes, they do. Garcia.
That's outside.
Yeah. Sails out, point for Crisscross.
And Crisscross just breezing through set number 3. And sometimes, especially in set number 2, especially that last point, you can see that Alpha is carrying that emotion over in set number 3. Because they didn't make those types of errors earlier.
Medyo malayo na yung agwat dito. 6-point lead. Crisscross trying to add. Medyo alanganin dun. Yung setup kay Garcia had to stretch
His back, and he tried to soften it, but did not work for his team. Good receive by Colinares.
No one was there.
Captain not ready.
Good thing Pepito was there to cover. San Andres. Bodies diving. And back-to-back points for the Protectors.
Now, this is where Crisscross needs to maintain and keep their game steady, because Alpha, they might come back here in set number 3.
Apolinario tosses to Motol.
Ooh.
Way above the blockers there.
And Alpha slowly gaining momentum now, only down by 3 points.
3 straight points for them, I believe, to cut the lead down to 3.
Overpass. Oh!
Regalo para kay Rocky Motol. Alpha Insurance down by only 2. And a timeout called by Crisscross.
Don't spy one time.
Bye.
Sige lang. Polish tayo sa pasta natin dito. Wala dito sa akin.
Hey, don't call like that. Huh? Defend here, defend.
Okay.
Kaya kahit di nang muna ulit A-pass, kahit mataas mo na.
Isa sa akin, no look ha.
Okay.
Wala,
Kahit mataas mo na, pasa, ha? Okay. Crisscross.
Timeout called by the King Crunchers. This was the last play. A free ball for Rocky Motol, who took advantage. Kaya napatawag ng timeout si Coach Ty Bundit. His team's lead has disappeared. Now,
That's a good set by
only
Villados.
2 and down to
Yikes.
1. Big block.
Perfect press, perfect timing, synchronized block against Almendras, and no coverage by Crisscross.
I think that was Javelona who got it.
Yes.
12 to 13, down by 6 earlier. 5 straight points for Alpha Insurance. But a net violation will halt that run.
And so far for Alpha, the leading scorer is Motol, San Andres, and Himzon. Motol with 14 points, and for Crisscross, Garcia and Campton both have 12 points each. So a shared load.
One more try for Crisscross. Nilipat kay Captain, and Noel will score.
The momentum is now on Crisscross. You know, in the world of sports, it's crazy to think how the momentum or a play can completely change. Earlier, it was on Alpha. It goes back to Crisscross. So the key test is who can sustain it till the very end.
Yeah. And also controlling emotions is a big part of it. Just to stay steady and in the game, focused. I think they're trying to clarify the rotation here. So the officials will have a word with Crisscross. Villados not quite sure what happened there, but we'll try to figure it out later on. Javelona gets the point. I think something to do with the positioning of the players before the whistle.
So wrong rotation for Crisscross.
No, I don't think it was a wrong rotation, but right bago pa mag-whistle, of course, you have to be at the right position before you move, diba?
And you have to
You serve.
Yeah, after you serve, because sometimes players go before the serve. That's not allowed.
Yung medyo may daya na, diba?
Yeah.
Now, sometimes they get away with it, but
Yes.
our officials here are
Everything.
pretty strict, have eagle eyes. As we go to the second technical timeout, Crisscross are up by 3.
Opo, alam ko po. Pero chorus lang po alam ko din. Gabriela po. By Cat's Eye. Charing. Ay, tama po ba? Ay. Hands off, Gabriela. Gabriela, hands off, Gabriela, la la. Back off of my fella. Gabriela, back off, Gabriela, la la.
Yeah, Jamie la la la.
We love that.
La la la
Let's do a
Victoria.
duet.
O, diba?
San Andres, la la love.
Pero bawal hands-off dito. Kailangan hands-on ka sa volleyball. Let's see how they will answer after the technical timeout. But Crisscross with a chance to add to their lead. They get the point from Jude Garcia.
No, and they need this before Alpha gains any momentum here in set number 3. And Jude Garcia getting a touch on that one. Look at that, off the block.
Back set. Naibalik. Second try for the protectors. Motol.
That's outside. There's no touch on that one. A bit too eager, a bit too aggressive.
Yeah.
No, and just to remind everyone, Alpha Insurance is in a must-win situation here, so they can go to the next round.
But defense works at the net for Alpha Insurance.
The lead is just down to 4 here, and good coverage by Villados, but perfect press on that block by Anima.
Garcia goes up.
That's inside.
Down it goes for Jude Garcia.
Corner pocket, zone 1. Not easy to defend. Let's take a look at this one more time. Villadas already on his knees. And Jude Garcia guiding that swing cross court.
Back up by 5.
Oh!
That goes out.
Outside.
Lucky break for Alpha Insurance. Free point. Rocky Motul will head to the service line. Intal with a soft touch. Doesn't work. Ganima with a stronger contact, but it is out.
That's the right idea, right strategy. But Anima sailing that one outside.
San Andres this time.
Ooh.
They need more of that.
Yep. San Andres not backing down here in set number 3. Game face on and just tooling that block of Crisscross. Take a look at this.
Before Crisscross pulls away, Alpha Insurance will need to make stops. 16-20 here in set 3. Villados goes to Intal on the specialty of the house for Rex.
You know, that's the play that they tried doing earlier. Didn't work, but it worked this time. Good connection between Villados and Rex Intal.
Coming off the bench and making an impact for Coach Ty Bundit. San Andres with a two-hander there. And Almendras drops one.
Almendras just softening that attack and not putting too much strength in that swing. Take a look at this. In between that block of Alpha.
And Coach Mike Santos will make changes. Lopez will come in as the setter for Apolinario, and Edward Camposano will see action for the first time.
This is the first time we're seeing a double sub by Coach Mike.
In the set, yeah, and Camposano. Let's see what he can do here for Alpha Insurance. That is a tough one for Lopez. And a violation for Himzon, who touched the net and I think crossed the line as well.
Just untimely errors here for Alpha.
Crisscross, they are 2 points away from taking set 3. San Andres blocked. Covered there. Play on. Garcia with a chase. Free ball. The setup by Manato to San Andres. We go on. And Captain puts it away to put Crisscross at set point.
Captain coming from the back, and good strategy by Villados. The pins were being guarded, and this time Captain attacking zone 6.
And the attack there for Camposano. Still saved. San Andres, no. Third try for the Protectors. Edward again, still nothing. Look at the defense of Crisscross. Impenetrable. Nothing dropping on their side. Lopez. San Andres finally scores.
I believe that's the longest rally of the match, and San Andres just using all her might, targeting zone 6. And what a rally so far. They need this point.
Yeah. Took a lot of tries,
yes,
but persistence pays off for the Protectors. 7 set points still, and Colinares gets the final point. Oh.
A lifting
yeah,
violation.
lifting violation. Sorry about that. Not yet. That is a judgment call by our official. That is going to be called a violation.
Take a look at this. Okay.
So sabi ni Popoy Colinares, hampasin ko na lang.
Perfect way to end set number 3.
25-18. Crisscross takes the third set. Take a look at this. A stronger spike for Colinares, and they are now up 2-1. We'll be back with the fourth set right after this.
We're back inside the Paco Arena for your 2025 Invitational Conference. It's the matchup between Alpha Insurance and the Crisscross King Crunchers. And what a set 3 where the Crisscross King Crunchers took over. No emotions were there, but They played the game the right way. Jude Garcia, Noel Campton being the leading scorer with 10 points, did not back down. And along that, Colinares, Requenton, and Marasigan tallied 2 points as well. But for Alpha Insurance, it seemed like they brought their emotions from set number 2 and carried it over in set number 3. As we see the stats here, 10 attacks for Alpha and 15 for the Crisscross King Crunchers. You can see that Crisscross lessens their errors. They only had 1 error in set number 2. And for set number 3, they maintained below 5 errors with only 4. And for Alpha, they tallied 9 errors. So if Crisscross wins this game, Alpha Insurance is out of the Invitational Conference. It is a must-win situation for them here in Paco Arena.
Must win indeed, as they are now down 2-1 against the top team so far, the Crisscross King Crunchers, having won 6 games already and looking to end the eliminations undefeated. Meanwhile, for the Alpha Insurance Protectors, they want to extend the match for sure in hopes of advancing to the semifinals. Later on, we still have the FEU Tamaraos, DN Steel versus USC Gameville Golden Spikers. Also a must-watch for our viewers.
That should be a good one.
So moments away from set 4 here on One Sports Plus and Pilipinas Live. Dip Tipianco with Jamie La Victoria. May Reyes, our courtside reporter. After the first set, Jamie, it looked like Alpha Insurance, they were on a high already.
Yes.
But Crisscross, I mean, they've been finalists for how many consecutive conferences now for a reason, and they were able to quickly shift momentum and turn things around.
And this is where Alpha is experiencing all these growing pains. They are up against a very strong team in the Crisscross King Crunchers, and it's important they go back to how they started playing in set number 1. And let's take a look at this replay so far. San Andres just tipping it over and breaking.
The Protectors have to play like there's no more tomorrow in the Invitational Conference for them.
And actually, San Andres told their setter to set the ball further out. And because of that, San Andres can go down the line, can go cross court. And if the set is too far from the net or a bit too short, she's trapped. And the block is already there for Crisscross. Ooh.
Attack goes out.
Javelona. Jinx.
Whoa! I mean,
seriously,
yeah.
seriously.
I mean, did we ever doubt our chemistry?
Seriously, seriously.
That wasn't planned, by the way.
That's not planned, guys.
2s and 1s across the board. So who owes to who?
You owe me, obviously. I'm the girl, duh.
Oh,
good dig.
Saved. Boy pa, Sumanggit does the same. Oh, almost another one coming from Manato.
What a bullet, but Manato, being in the right spot at the right time, could not contain the strength of Jude Garcia.
I mean, you can only do so much, right? You can do it the first time, but twice in a row would be difficult to contain Garcia.
Yep, a tough task. Ooh.
Motol comes up short.
A bit underneath the ball in that swing. And actually, in the previous sets, we haven't seen a lot of attack errors from Motol. But now is not the right time to do that.
Need to find his groove again in the game. JM back sets to Javelona. Ball slowed down. Sumanggit with a setup job to Jude Garcia.
And Jude Garcia is needed in this match. But they're not out of the woods just yet. They need to maintain their emotions or elevate here in set number 4, but good swing for Jude Garcia.
And we've seen, I mean, relatively big leads in the match, Jamie, that either team has come back from, but turned their backs against the ball, so nobody got the second touch.
That is not the right timing for errors like that. You'd rather have two players colliding into each other than no one getting that ball.
But going back to, again, the lead changes. Despite the 5, 6, 7-point leads, may mga nakakabalik, di ba?
Yes,
We've
of
seen
course.
it in the past couple of sets.
Many times.
Alpha Insurance has to start now before it's too late. Good save by Sumanggid. Same with Manato. San Andres is blocked.
He is denied at the net. Colinares is up against such a tall wall in Crisscross. Take a look at this. Can't go past that.
Saradong sarado.
Maybe a combination play to avoid that wall.
7-1.
That's too tight and outside.
So you see now Alpha Insurance trying to find ways, experiment what would work, but Crisscross will take us to the first technical timeout.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Spikers Surf Invitational Conference where power meets passion. Coming into this game, earlier I asked Barbie San Andres kung anong baon niya and she actually told me ganda lang. The typical Barbie San Andres we all know and love. The one who brings that fun energy on and off the court. But you know, skills-wise, Barbie also shared that there's pressure for her. Not about the pressure of facing high-caliber teams, but the pressure she puts to herself of being able to perform her best every single game. And with that high of a performance we've seen in the first set, who knows, Zip and JV, we might see more of that Barbie energy, especially if they want to turn things around here. But for now, back to the panel.
Thank you, May, for that report. Ganda lang at lakas din naman,
Of course.
diba? May baon si Barbie.
Of course.
Si May din, daming baon.
Yeah.
Yan, daming laman ng table kanina.
I know.
Dami niyang baon eh.
In the way also. My goodness.
8-2. And dami niyang baong reports na maganda.
Yeah. Good reports, of course.
Good job, May. That one is going to be a challenge for Crisscross, asking for a ball in or ball out. They're up by 5 at the moment. That could change in case they get this successful challenge on this one. Let's take a look. Ooh, that's so close.
That is outside, but close call. Close call for Crisscross.
So an unsuccessful challenge. Point goes to Alpha Insurance, and they serve now with Barbie once again. Saved by Apolinario. The soft touch doesn't work for Javelona. 1-on-1 against Campton.
Ooh, that's tight.
Ooh. Nakalusot.
And Jude Garcia adding variation this time to the tight set of Villados, and it works. And no urgency now we're seeing from Alpha Insurance here. They can't afford these types of plays. They need to play sharp volleyball now before it's too late. Oh, good set by Villados. That's a good set.
Just out for Captain.
Villados has just been on point as well. The numbers are spread out for his team. He's calm. He's confident in his work.
Yeah. Setter out of Arellano. NCAA season 98 best setter.
Oh, jeez.
It's a fireball from Jude Garcia.
What a bullet from Jude Garcia coming from the right, going for that cross court in zone 1. Villados adjusting to that missed receive. Oh, geez.
Good serve. Chance. Villados goes to the running Rex and Dal for another point.
Just smooth sailing for the Crisscross King Crunchers. Up by 7 points here in set number 4. Good reception, good set. And Rex and Dal finishing it off with that short slide.
11-4 now, but that is out. Still a 6-point advantage for Coach Ty Bundit and company.
Good serve.
Villados goes back to Rex. Why not?
And Rex and Tal on a roll here in set number 4. Villados knowing who to set at the right time. Good reception, steady reception from Almendras, and it works. 2 for 2 for Rex. And as for Jude Garcia, 21 points so far.
21 already for the 3-time MVP. Anima was red. Apolinario nilipat kay Motol. There was a check. Sumang with a save and a drop for Nico Almendras. High IQ play.
Yes, just smart plays from Crisscross, knowing when to add more power to their attack and changing speed and changing direction. And JJ Havalona expecting that down the line swing from Almendras.
San Andres.
Good.
Captain covers and Intal with a dump.
Going for that little dunk there. 3 for 3 in set number 4. And Alpha unable to recover here. They need to go back to how they played in set number 1, playing loosely, not thinking too much. And for Crisscross, they've been in situations like this many times. They know how to operate. They know what patterns to break, and it's working so far.
But the 9 points here is this is the biggest lead of Crisscross in the entire match. Make it 10. Intal is on fire. Kim Malabunga must be proud.
Yes, on point, Rex Intal, and it's the same play every time. A short slide, going for that tip, and delay in defense for Alpha.
15-5 is our score.
Ooh.
And it ends that run for Crisscross with a service error by Captain.
Good receive. Ooh, that's
Almendras,
outside.
too long. Back-to-back points for Alpha Insurance.
You know, this is Alpha's time to maximize in set number 4. And they're in a much-needed win. Do or die.
Villados back to Almendras, trying to build confidence. San Andres straight to Captain. Adrian back sets to Garcia. It's a good save by Manato. Barbie with some spin on it. Villados to Intal, doesn't work. Scramble play and great effort for both teams, but it ends with a point from Javelona.
Javelona needing to step up here in set number 4. We talked about him earlier in the pregame. He had 13 points, but Coach Shai will call for time.
I will like get 1 point first attack 16 already, ha?
Tingin ako, no? Ano, yung serve yan, for sure, easy safety lang yan. So advantage tayo sa atake, may middle tayo tsaka si Ligo. Back row, okay!
Tapos.
Hey, Crisscross! Crisscross!
Pass lang.
No, I love how Noel Campton, he's new to the team, but he's the one that's talkative in the timeout, just being that leader.
And I think mamimiss din niya agad yung team because I think in December he'll fly out to Thailand, right, to play abroad. So he gets the point here. And will bring us to the second technical timeout. Crisscross are up by 8.
Kung di rin tayo sa huli, by Moira. Kung di rin tayo sa huli, aawati ng sarili na umibig pang muli.
Back inside the Paco Arena in Manila City for the final day of eliminations in the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference. And by the way, since this is the last day of eliminations, we will take a break. We'll be back on Friday, November 21 for the semifinals of our Invitational Conference, wherein 2 guest teams will be joining the pack. So do stay tuned for that. 1-2 play for Villados. Works.
I believe that is his first point of the match. He has 3 blocks so far. Villados just setting up the offense beautifully. Good reaction by Jude.
Yeah, kept alive by Crisscross. Another one for San Andres, popped up by Garcia. Almendras waits for it and unloads one.
You know, Crisscross, they're not rushing their movements. And with Alpha, they are second-guessing themselves. Take a look at this. Moto just not in the right spot in defense.
Underhand set to Javelona. Oh, nice save by Garcia. Barbie is blocked. No entry, says Villados and Colinares.
You know, we haven't seen any combination plays by Alpha, and they need this to avoid the tall wall of Crisscross.
Timeout called by the Protectors.
Tayo makakombinasyon eh, wala tayong pase eh. Ha? Paikot tayo ng tao. Tara, para makaikot na sarap si JJ. Let's go, patay na.
Go! Tara.
Guys, pulidor natin yung pasa, ha?
Ayan pa, protectors.
Go! Guys.
Timeout called by Alpha Insurance, in danger of being eliminated and out of contention for the semifinals berth. It could mean a Crisscross, Signal, USC Gameville, and Savoj roster for the semis, who will be joined by 2 guest teams, which are Hyundai University from Japan and Pro Volley Academy from Australia. Again, that starts on November 21. Billy Anima with a point.
We haven't talked about Billy Anima here in set number 4. Take a look at this. Back quick swing. Targeting Intal. Oh, geez.
Pipe attack from Noel Campton.
That's a good swing. Coming from the back by Noel Campton. And he's just been that leader for Crisscross, being active in the timeouts, after each play, bumping up his team. That's outside.
Yeah, long, nothing working now on the side of Alpha Insurance, who looked demoralized after a promising start to this match. Yung set 1 felt like they could actually
win.
Yeah, win. Challenged them actually in sets 2 and 3. Dikit din yun, but here in the 4th, just a runaway by the King Crunchers.
Yes, and like I mentioned earlier, like we talked about, they carried their emotions entering set number 3, and Crisscross took advantage.
Yun yung second set wherein the last touch challenge was scored.
Yes.
Colinares pounds it home.
What a swing by Colinares, and Villados just setting up his spikers beautifully. Getting a high five from Coach Ty there, and so far so good for Crisscross.
Up by a dozen. Almendra serving.
Oh, geez.
It's a point from Raymond Sabanal.
Sabanal, so far so good. Back-to-back points. But Crisscross just needing 3 more points to still be undefeated after this game.
Sabanal, late game action for him. Also a former FU Tamarao. Getting a block.
So good.
Good chase by Pepito. Another one for Colinares. Twice he has done it. And in the second, he scores.
No, Coach Mike not too happy with the setting decisions. The block was already there in the middle. It didn't work the first time. And then Sabanal going to attack once more. This is where the players need to think a bit more.
And that rejection puts Crisscross at match point. On the verge of getting their second straight conference of being undefeated in the elimination round.
Oh!
And with the error of Alpha Insurance, that ends the match. Crisscross King Crunchers win their 7th straight and the elimination round unscathed. And again, from the Open Conference this year to the Invitationals, they stay unblemished for the 2nd straight conference.
And with Alpha, they were just not able to contain their emotions entering set number 3, and it carried over onto set number 4. But Crisscross just on point from start to finish.
Yeah, perfect. And we'll talk about their game when we come back to wrap it up.
Welcome back. You're still watching the Spikers Surf Invitational Conference 2025. The Crisscross King Crunchers defeating the Alpha Insurance Protectors in 4 sets. I have here with me our best player of the game, Adrian Villados of Crisscross. Congratulations, what a performance. You were able to have 24 excellent sets and 4 blocks. Again, congratulations. Pero gusto ko lang matanong, it was a slow start for the King Crunchers. The Alpha Insurance Protectors was able to win the first set. Pero ano yung mga nagawa nyo or like pinag-usapan yung game plan para makabalik and manalo sa mga susunod na sets?
Ayun po, nung first set namin, medyo ano kami nun, slow start and hindi kami ganun ka-energy and ka-happy. Sabi nga ni Coach, play like training in Thailand nung nag-training camp kami kasi lagi kaming happy nun. So binalik lang namin yung kumpiyansa namin, serve, basic, serve, pasa, and yung sa set, lagi kami naka-smile, happy, celebrate each point.
I'm sure you're very happy. But of course, yung team nyo, undefeated kayo, especially to end our eliminations round today. So, sa team mo, gaano ka-importante to and gaano ka makakatulong itong motivation coming into the semifinals next week?
Ayun, sabi nga po ng mga seniors namin is kailangan namin na mapanalo to so we can maintain yung ano namin, yung power namin, sa laro namin, confidence, yun po, sa darating na semifinals.
Very grateful, very happy here. But of course, anyone you want to greet, your family, your friends, now's your chance. Go ahead.
Hello po, first of all, sa Crisscross Management, kay Ma'am Lisan, kay Sir Alan, kay Sir Jonathan. Hello po. And sa family ko po, nanonood sa bahay, Villados family, and girlfriend ko, Andrea Marsan. Hello po.
Again, our best player of the game, congratulations to you and to the rest of the Crisscross King Crunchers. Now back to you, Dip and Jamie.
Thanks, May, for that. There you have it, our player of the game, Adrian Villados, with 24 excellent sets. And he said in that interview nga they were admittedly low energy nung simula. And Coach Tai wanted them to uplift themselves and mag-iba yung takbo ng laro. And they did that. They were obviously happier, as Coach Tai would want them to be in the next few sets. And we take a look at the highlights now. It was just a complete dominance for Crisscross in set 4. Parang nawalan na ng buhay yung Alpha Insurance in that set.
And you know, Crisscross, they just stayed sharp all throughout. And with Alpha, they were unable to execute properly. They carried their emotions the entire game. And let's talk about the stats first. Only 6 attacks for Alpha and 15 for the Crisscross King Crunchers. 4 blocks as well. But you could see Alpha, this is their lowest production in attacks this entire set. And that just goes to show they have to go back to the drawing board. And you can't just choose when when you want to give your best. You have to be spot on from start to finish. And that's what Crisscross did. They lost in set number 1, but they were able to recover. They were able to get those in-game adjustments.
Yeah, so they bow out of the competition. Talking about Alpha Insurance, our semifinals cast is complete. Crisscross, Signal, Savoj, and UST Gameville will advance. And up next, we still have the FEU, DNC Tamaraos, and the UST Gameville Golden Spikers after this. Non-bearing, but still a must-watch for you guys to see some collegiate action coming up. We thank you all for joining us. It's the Crisscross King Crunchers, again, staying undefeated as they march on to the semis. On behalf of May Reyes, my partner Jamie Lavitoria, our director, Nomar Santiago, my name is Dip Bianco, saying thank you for watching the Spikers Surf Invitational Conference.